Hello everyone, Zach here, and today I have for you a video you didn't expect. A follow-up to the N65 Pro RGB mouse from Corsair. How do you follow up a mouse you've done a complete review on? Did it catch fire? Did you go MLG? Kind of. I bought a different one. So it's actually the Corsair Scimitar. Looks nothing like a scimitar like it's named, and it doesn't have a razor sharp edge. It's very terrible. Doesn't cut. Will not cut vegetables. But it does have 13 programmable buttons. It has full RGB spectrum. So fun. I say full RGB spectrum as in at least you can get the few colors you use. Magenta if you're into it. And overall the mouse is quite nice. It has on the side the 10 programmable buttons laid out similarly to the Razer Naga if you've used one before, and they are a type of mechanical switch. No, they're not any type of cherries. That would be absolutely ridiculous or overkill in the mouse. The mouse isn't similar to that of the M65 Pro. The Scimitar doesn't have weights, it doesn't feel as clunky, and nor does it have the ability to go to as high as a DPI as the M65 Pro. This can go up to 12K, which for an MMO mouse is essentially all you need. The M65 Pro can go up to, I believe, 16K, and that's a lot. I think the highest I played on was 8K DPI. So any more than that, you're MLG, you're way better than I am. You shouldn't be watching a review when you already know what you're looking for. Now, I've used this mouse probably for about a couple weeks, off and on for World of Warcraft, rotating the M65 Pro in and out. M65 Pro is definitely something that you'd want to use for FPSs. This is definitely at its heart an MMO mouse like it's marketed. So what I end up doing is I specifically use the 13 buttons for different types of macros. For me, they're all function key bound. So all the buttons that are used on the mouse are bound to the function keys 1 through 9 and some miscellaneous functions. So that's what I use for the bottom action bar, while I use the regular numbers to activate the top action bar in World of Warcraft. There's a downside to this mouse though, and I think it's a glaring one that even has a problem with the M65 Pro. Corsair's software, specifically to address these keys, is just that. It is a software that you have to use rather than it being saved onto the mouse. Hardware-wise, if you remember, the OG Razer Naga used to allow you to switch from number pad to the regular number functions, and you didn't have to download Razer Synapse before the new Razer mouse came out, the new Naga, that forces you to do so. You're in the same boat with this. If you don't have the software running, the keys are not addressed and they will go through their previous functions out of the box, which are 1 through 10 on the top number row. So that's one thing to know when you're looking at this mouse. Overall, it feels good in the hand. It doesn't really have any hang-ups when I'm using it on my really dirty mouse mat. And I would actually say that Apex Tech Reviews gives this mouse a go for an MMO user. I wouldn't give it a go for anything else, honestly, unless you use a lot of different macros, then it might come handy for you. But through and through, this is exactly how it's marketed for. It's helped me a lot in World of Warcraft, and I think that it'll help me even more going forward with the new Battle For Azeroth expansion. Thank you guys very much. We greatly appreciate you at Apex Tech Reviews, and we'll see you next week.